Hi guys, today we're going to carry on with the place value. So you're going to need again your place value grid, either the same one or you can draw a new one. And then some small objects again, the same as yesterday. So I'll put my place value grid up to remind you what it should look like. And I'll just put the answer to the challenge, yesterday's challenge, up as well. You might notice that today's place value grid I've added some colours. Now you might want to do the same to yours, but I want you to think about why I have added the colours in the way that I have. I haven't just coloured it in to make it look pretty. Why have I grouped them in the way that I have? Hopefully you recognise that I've grouped them in groups of how we say and represent the numbers. So my units, tens and hundreds are one colour, thousands, 10,000s and 100,000s are one colour, and then my millions and 10 millions are in one colour. We do this to make numbers easier to read. So if I show you this number, it might be difficult to recognise. But as soon as we put some commas into that number, it makes it easier to group them together to recognise the number. This number is 1 million, and we're going to be looking at this in more detail today. 1 million is a number that's so big it's hard to imagine it in our heads. So to help us, I'm going to go straight back to 10 and think about how we can use this and our place value grid to get an understanding of how big 1 million actually is. Let's start here. Number 10 is a collection of 10 ones. And 100 is a collection of 10 tens. Then for 1000, we don't say 10 100s, but that's what it is. So we say 800, 900, we don't say 1000, we call 10 lots of 100, 1000. Then we think of, so 1000 is one group of 1000. Then we go into our 10,000, which is 10 groups of 1000. Then 100,000, which is 100 groups of 1,000. And then today we're looking at a million. 1 million is 1,000 groups of 1,000. So hopefully that's helping you to picture how big 1,000 is. So if we were counting, here we can see 999,000. If we add one more thousand, we've got 1,000 thousandths, but rather than saying 1,000 thousandths, we call it 1 million. Similar to yesterday, I'm going to give you a number. I'd like you to make it in your own place value grid, and then I'd like you to write it out in words. Here is your first number to make in your place value grid and to write in words. This number is 65,000. This is what it should have looked like in your place value grid. We have 6 10,000s and 5,000s. Here is your next number. This number is 512,000. Here's what it should look like in your place value grid. 5 in your 100,000s column, 1 10,000 and 2 thousands. Here's your next number. This number is 408,000. So you have 4 in the 100,000s column, no 10,000s, but 8,000s. You can see they're all in the orange, so that is why we group our thousands together. This time I'm going to give you a word. This time I'm going to give you a number that is written out in words. It doesn't contain any commas, so I'd like you to add these in. I'd also like you to make it in your place value grid and to write it in digits. Remember, when you're writing in digits, in numbers, you still need to add in those commas. So here you can pause the video. These are your numbers: 1,367,000 and 2,719,000. Remember to write them out with commas in words and numbers and make them in your place value grid. Your first number should look like this: 1,400,000 367,000. Here's what it should look like in your place value grid. There's your millions, 300, and then obviously our 100,000s, 110,000s and thousands are all grouped together. So I've done them in colours. So your second one is 2 million, so we also group our millions together. And then the rest of our number, which is 719,000. And again, you can see this in the place value grid. So we've got the 2 millions, and then the rest of our thousands are grouped together, and of those we've got 719 in total. This time you need to listen really carefully. I'm going to read you a number. I want you to make it in your place value grid, write it in numbers and write it in words. You might want to pause the video in between times. You might want to go back and listen to the number again. Here is your first number. 3,780,933. I'll read that again. 3,780,933. Your second number is 4,673,604. I will read it again. 4,673,600. Here's the first number that I read to you. 3,780,933. Hopefully you got your commas in the right places, and here's what it should look like in your place value grid. The second number was 4,673,604. Again, you can see we've grouped the millions, the thousands, and then the hundreds, tens, and units. This time I'm going to show you a number in a slightly different way, so it's using some actual place value counters. I want you can replicate it in your own place value grid. You can either do this by drawing or just doing the same as you have been using your small objects. I then want you to write the number in words and in digits, remembering those commas in the right places. Here's what the first number was representing. 1,215,732. Then the second number was 3,103,652. Again, I hope that you grouped your millions, thousands, and then hundreds, tens, and ones together. That's it for today then. Your task is over on Purple Mash. You've got your fluency over there, just practicing times tables again. And then today it's just going over the skill of reading and writing numbers that are involving millions. Please send us a picture of anything that you've done today and let us know if you're having any problems. See you tomorrow.